Hi, I'm Stargate Pioneer.
And I'm Steven Jondrew, and we're from Better Podcasting, a proud member of the Gonna Geek Network.
Just like the show you're listening to now.
The opinions expressed are those of the individual host.
Check out all the other podcasts at GonnaGeekNetwork.com.
And get ready, because geekiness begins in 3,
2,
1.
Stand by for a brand new episode of All Things Good and Nerdy.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to episode 298 of the All Things Good and Nerdy podcast. Yeah, we've almost hit 300, and the quality is the same dick and fart jokes you've come to love.
Well, I'm here for the dick jokes. I've stated that I'm not here for the other kind of jokes.
You think fart jokes are too lowbrow, eh?
I didn't say lowbrow. I've never said that word.
You might just implying incorrectly.
Brow.
Making the wrong inference.
You are. You're a.
Willie,
You're putting words in my mouth.
Willie, the show's been recording for like a minute and 18 seconds, and you already sound like your ass whipped. Are you okay today?
I'm not that lucky, Chris.
Okay. Fair enough. I mean, I'm sure we can find a whip, put it on your Amazon wish list, and I'm sure someone will buy it for you.
I don't really have a wish list.
You don't
Think
use
people
wish
do
lists
that?
on Amazon.com? You could do that and be able to get some gifts from people, potentially.
We need to have an ATGN wish list
I don't like gifts really. It makes me
with
feel
all the
weird
random
awkward.
stuff that we talk about.
No, we don't, because 98% of it will be you just putting up Funko Pops.
That's fair.
Am I wrong?
You are wrong, because that wouldn't be funny. Now, if every time you said something about some dumb sex toy, we put it on the list and put it attached to your address, so if people bought it and showed up at your house, that would be funny.
How often do I really talk about? Wait, no, really. How often do I really talk about it? 'Cause I don't even know. I don't pay attention to myself.
But more than me. Though, if anybody wants to send Funko Pops, I'll happily take them. It just wouldn't be funny.
Have enough. You have enough.
I have more. I got another one.
Now, how much would you think you would get if you sold every last piece?
If I sold all of them right now, maybe $1,000. Because the little Funko Pop tracker thing says I have about $2,200 worth, according to the collection. But, you know, if you sell anything, you can't get what it's worth on a collection site. So that'd probably be about $1,000.
Of course you have the goddamn thing, and you track every single one of you. Put them all into it. God damn it.
I think
Yeah.
I think Low Life Utaku got it right. He goes, more than you think, but less than you hope. That's what you'd get for
Well, yeah.
it.
Because when I'm at the store and I see, like, Barnes & Noble has them on sale for $5 and there's 90 of them, I can't remember the 200 individual ones I own. So I need them on my phone so I can look and say, nope, already got that one, so I don't buy it again.
Why do you not know what you already have?
Because I have over 200 of them. That's why.
I'm sure if Naki goes on Steam, like, wait a second, I already bought that game, even though I never
Because-
played it for 3 years.
because
But I've
that-
already gotten it.
Because that's fucking why. Because I can't fucking remember
Yeah.
all those.
I can see it. You're insulating your house with Funko Pops.
I am. It's saving me on my power bill.
I actually have some that are...
Is it?
I have a couple that are rare, relatively rare, like, because they haven't done republishing of them. So, like, the Tally one for Mass Effect 2 regularly goes for like $90 to $100 online because they were short supplied to begin with, and nobody can
Nice.
find them. And I got it for $8 on Amazon.
Yeah, a couple. Yeah, sometimes random ones will just pop up in price. I've got a few that have gone up a bit just because, yeah, they weren't hugely popular. One of my favorite ones that was like one of the earliest ones I bought was they had Freddy Krueger from Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Dream Warriors, the sequence where he kills the drug addict and so he turns his fingers to syringes. So it's a little Funko Pop and he has 8 little syringe fingers. It's fucking cool looking little Freddy Krueger, but apparently they didn't make that many and not many people bought it. So yeah, I got it for like $5-8 and yeah, it's like $45 now.
Yeah, this one I bought in 2014, and I go on Amazon right now, and it's selling for $100 in the secondary market. Now,
Nice.
All right.
do I
All
really
right,
think
Chris,
I could
here's
get
what
that
you
for
do.
it? No, I'd get half of it if I was lucky, and who cares? Actually, I'm honestly thinking about cleaning out like half of my collection of them because I think I've bought too many.
All right, Chris, here's what you need to do.
That's funny.
Because I'm really curious. You need to open that up and break open the front, like the helmet, and see what it looks like underneath.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's just molded plastic, so I wouldn't be able to tell.
Just do it. Do it. Do it.
I don't think so,
Do
Willie.
it! Don't
I don't think
open
so.
it!
Willie, this basement is a haven for unopened toys. Let's be honest. All that's down
And
here is unopened toys.
and also a genderless Spider-Man.
Well, yes. I mean, but seriously, you go and look around, hanging on the walls and stuff. It's unopened toys hanging on the walls.
No.
Aren't they meant to be played with?
Some of them are. I treat them as like art pieces, for lack of a better term. It was cheap art.
Are we talking dicks here?
No.
No, nobody was. Not at all.
How,
Not even a
Willie
little.
was.
How did you get
Willie.
dicks off of this?
So apparently those are his art pieces on his wall, which means I don't want to see the art in his bedroom.
I mean, you have to take it out and play with it every now and then.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I see what you're going for there. I see what you're going
I mean, no matter where you're at, sometimes you're just in the park like, this is a good time to play with my toy.
So according to the Pop Price Guide, Tally is going for an average of about $65 right now.
That's far off from the 400 you mentioned.
I didn't say 400.
I
He didn't
thought you
say
did.
400.
I
No, he said 100
Oh,
on Amazon.
well,
Yeah,
never mind
also, 'cause, yeah, people do that all the time where if they're the only one selling something on Amazon, they'll just add 2 zeros to the fucking price of it.
eBay has a bunch at buy it now prices: 125, 89, 66, 160. So who knows? I'm not really super concerned about it because I honestly don't really plan on getting rid of those ones. There are other ones I do want to get rid of, but that's safe. And of course, The Rock is safe.
Wait, which one is it? The Luke Hobbs?
Luke Hobbs. I got it for $3 on clearance at Barnes and Noble.
Nice.
What's Luke Hobbs?
His
That's
character.
Rock from Fast and the Furious.
Ah,
My favorite was that if you get the Luke Hobbs Funko Pop and you put it next to the actual Rock WWE Funko Pop, they're like 8 different shades of skin color. Like they're not even close.
Yeah.
I think the rest of the one's supposed to actually be oiled up, but yeah, like it doesn't even look like the same person.
I mean, The Rock has gone through some changes.
It is true.
Changes.
He hasn't been
hey,
little
hey.
Rocky Maivia for a long time.
Careful with the singing over there, Chris.
Whatever. I do what
He
I
wasn't
want.
singing; he was just stuttering.
Don't make fun of my stutter, Willie. Don't be jealous of the mad money I can make off my Funko Pops to lose money in the end. Cause
Can I start singing then?
No. Nobody wants that.
Everyone wants me singing.
No, nobody wants that.
All right,
Nobody at all.
all right, everyone in the chat, go ahead. Let me know who wants to hear me singing.
Give us all a no, please and thank you.
Draftsman, buddy, pal.
You know he don't like you.
I'm looking for you, buddy, please. Low Life
Creepy.
Otaku, we're friends on the PlayStation Network, man. Come on.
That don't make you real friends.
I love how you're like, well, love Futaku, we're friends on PlayStation Network, and as you
Bell
say
buddy.
it, he goes, no.
Bell, buddy.
The chat room is,
oh, Mr. President, I will leave this stream if you sing. Nice.
Steven's the only one allowed to sing on the network.
That
I don't know
shouldn't
how I feel
happen
about
either,
this.
in all fairness.
Why?
Why?
'Cause
Did
we
you
don't
never
wanna hear
see the
Steven
Gonna
sing
Geek
either.
special when we did it?
I purposely refused to watch that episode
Aw,
Hold on a second. You say gonna
and
glee
skipped it
or
on my
gonna-
iPod.
Gonna Gleek.
with a K, okay.
Yep. I believe it was
That is creepy as
episode
fuck, John Drew.
Sailor Poland.
185 was the Gonna Gleek special, where Steven put on a wonderful musical. So I encourage you all to go check it out for yourselves.
Yeah, Naki's the only one of us that's allowed to sing.
I do have some songs from hers on here somewhere. I'd have to find it, but
I sing better than her. We all know this.
whoa.
That gauntlet is
Willie-
firmly thrown
Willie
to the
is full
ground.
of lies and propaganda. Lies and
deceit.
propaganda.
I mean, propaganda, yes. Lies, no.
Lies and propaganda.
What are we doing here?
We're wasting time until Chris hits the news of the week bump.
Oh, is that what we're doing?
Chris, you should push that button like 5, 10
Live
minutes.
from the ATGN studios on the internet. It's the news of the week.
I was just waiting for Willie to set me up or get exasperated, and it worked out well. So we're to that segment of the show we call the News of the Week. It's where we run down what is, in our minds, the most interesting geeky or nerdy news to have happened in the last week.
Is this a new thing now, Chris, where you do that?
It is this week because I was bored.
Chris, you're bored every week.
What's your point?
I don't have one. God damn it.
I didn't think you did. But Willie, why don't you kick us off? What's your news of the week?
Me?
Yeah, you're going to
Okay.
start us off. Why not?
That's fair. Well, did anyone see what's his name? Oh boy, what the hell's his name?
This is a
Tom
great way
Hardy.
to describe it.
No. I'm going on a train here, guys. Stick the fuck with me.
Doubtful.
Yeah,
Doubtful.
no one really knows him. Like his face keeps changing and everything. What the fuck's his name? Thomas Harden, something like that.
Oh, Praetor Shinzon from Star Trek, you mean?
It's a joke. It's Tom Hardy. Jesus Christ, I knew his name the whole time.
No, it's Bronson, the guy
You
who
knew-
spent the most amount of time in solitary in UK history.
You knew he was Praetor
That's
Shinzon?
cool. I don't know what that is.
That is Patrick Stewart's clone in the last semi-good Star Trek movie. Was that Generations? Was that what that one was?
No, that was the
Watch
worst of
those.
the next gen Star Trek movies.
What was
do
that
not-
one called with Tom Hardy?
There's a thing called Google that I can check on that.
But yeah, it's
you
cool because
sure?
he plays a young clone of Patrick Stewart that's been raised by
Anyway.
like Romulans.
Star Trek
Anyway.
Nemesis.
Nemesis, there it is. Thank you, chat room.
Anyway, he was in a trailer for a movie coming out called Venom.
Allegedly.
No, he was in it, and then the title at the end said Venom.
I'm still calling that alleged because there's no Venom in the Venom trailer.
I'm okay with that.
I'm not.
I mean, I'm not sure about this movie yet because I still need to see a bit more. And is this also within the whole new Spider-Man thing? 'Cause that Marvel logo is on the very beginning.
Allegedly,
There's
it
a
should be in the
rumor.
universe.
There's a rumor that Tom Holland will appear because they have the rights to Spider-Man. But the distinction is it wasn't Marvel Studios that they showed on there, I don't think. So they're really wondering, okay, does Venom exist in the MCU? Or is this some
Yeah.
weird, like, half crossover where only Spider-Man exists in both of these? So who knows?
Yeah. It can, but doesn't have to. And if it doesn't, then yeah, that's where Sony's going to be putting their foot in their own ass.
That sounds uncomfortable.
Yeah. Well, they've done it
I
before.
mean, I don't think my foot can bend that way.
Sony's really flexible.
We could remove your foot from your leg and then put it in said ass.
There were days when I would not mind someone to remove my foot.
What are we going to do with it when we remove it? Are we going to, like, cook it? Are we going to make it a
Do whatever
dog
the
chew
fuck you
toy?
want with it. I don't care. It's not mine anymore. It's the
Put it on a
world.
keychain for him.
Oh, yeah, Lucky Willie's foot.
Careful with that because when you put so much shit on your keychain, it's gonna break the ignition switch. You know that, right?
I don't have an ignition switch in my car. I just have push button start, so it doesn't really matter.
Chris, this is why no one likes you.
Why? Because
And I pulled
broke
out
your-
my ignition switch, and I just start my car from under the dashboard like I'm stealing it.
Bachman, I know you. You never pull out.
That's not true at all.
Dear Lord.
I was a sailor.
Did
I'm
we really
trained.
go down this path?
Yeah, he did.
Oh.
It's always got to go down that path. It's a lonely road.
Did you have
And I
any
walked.
actual thoughts on Venom, Willie, or you just wanted to mention a bad story about Tom Hardy?
I need to see way more of it before anything because that trailer showed really nothing.
Well, it's a teaser, though. It's not supposed to do anything besides be like, hey, this is coming. You might want to see it.
The coolest thing was at the end when they had the little eyes start coming out. That was kind of cool and it had the motion to it. I
If you literally
really need to
stop
see this.
that teaser before the eyes show up, it could be for any movie that Tom Hardy's ever done except for Batman.
Mad Max.
Yeah, that could have fit in the Mad Max world. It could have been right before the world went to shit. Here's Tom Hardy in a CGI. Ooh, here's a camera following Tom Hardy in a hospital. Here's a camera following Tom Hardy in a grocery store. Here's Tom Hardy driving down the street in a motorcycle. Venom. Like, there's nothing in that trailer that fucking tells you it has anything to do with the superhero universe or anything.
All right. I didn't have any news of the goddamn week. I just remembered that trailer was out, so I was like, I'm going to snatch it so I can have something.
See, and I actually had shit I wanted to say about this trailer, and then Willie steals it.
And that's why I'm bringing it up now.
Yep.
There you go.
The upside is, because this trailer shows absolutely nothing, it doesn't give away the whole fucking movie. We got to give them that. Sony did not give away the whole movie in the teaser trailer. We don't have a fucking clue what's going to happen in this film other than Tom Hardy's going to freak out in an MRI machine. That's the only thing we know for sure. And there's a motorcycle scene.
And hopefully, a Venom will happen.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, it does leave the chance that, because we do see what looks like a crash, we don't know what type. So there, we can cross our fingers. There is a chance that somewhere in Infinity War, Tom Holland gets on an alien ship and jumps into a machine and puts on a new suit. And then whatever ship he's in at the end of that movie crashes. Tom Holland escapes, and somehow the suit gets left behind, and we actually get a Venom that has Spider-Man's powers for an actual good reason. Because, yeah, if this is an alien symbiote lands and for some unknown reason gives a random person Spider-Man's powers in the Venom movie, that's going to suck balls.
I wish they would just save Phase 4 to be Secret War. That would be just awesome. War of Wars, I can't remember.
It's funny because it's one of those things that people said it could never happen, but look at the Infinity War movie. They're going to have as many characters in that movie as we would need to have a Secret Wars film. So it's not like it's not doable anymore. Secret Wars is possible. I don't know if they could get, the budget would be insane, but it's Disney money. They can fucking pay for whatever they want.
That'd be a trilogy in and of itself.
Yeah, Secret Wars would be a hell of a trilogy.
3 years, that'd be part 1, part 2, then part 3.
Now that they have the X-Men and all of that back, and the Fantastic Four, presumably, on its way also, one would think they could do that.
Yeah, they could do the real Secret Wars.
Now, this would have to be years down the pipe because they have to go back in, one would assume, and establish both the FF and the X-Men in order to do it. So, 10 years from now, maybe we'll get Secret War, and then we'll have another toy binge, basically, because that's all that was an excuse to make kids buy toys.
Yep. And there'll be a huge recast-a-thon so that Disney can save $200 million.
Well, and there might be now. I mean, did you see the interview Hemsworth did where he's like, oh, yeah, I'm done as Thor. My contract's up. And I was like, yeah. So is Robert Downey Jr. until they back the money truck up. I'm sure if they bring the money, he'll come back and be Thor again.
Yeah, but it's the thing between Infinity War and then whatever they end up calling Infinity War Part 2. If Thanos gets the gauntlet, at that point, he's God. He can do anything, and that means rewriting reality, which means they could recast any character they want that's asking for too much money at that point, and it would easily fit in the storyline.
I've also heard Hemsworth saying that he wouldn't mind staying, too.
He'd also mentioned if it was Taika Waititi doing the next Thor movie, he would be interested in doing that before.
Yeah, he seems to be a lot happier with the more fun Thor.
I think he was happier about staying in Australia.
He was happier about doing a Guardians movie that just happened to take place mostly in Asgard.
Would you lay off of it? It was a good movie.
Oh, no, I loved it. But it wasn't anywhere, if you want to talk about a shift in genre, the first two films were basically Shakespeare. The third one was a goddamn Guardians film. It just wasn't directed by James Gunn, but it was damn close.
The second one just didn't know what it was. It was just bad.
It had good parts.
I don't know, man.
No, it didn't. That was a piece of shit movie that just needs to die.
Well,
so rude.
Sailor Poland in there says Ragnarok was a huge tonal shift. You have to admit it. Oh yeah, but they pulled it off. I mean, that goes to show.
I loved it.
Yeah, there's not many things where you can go and change the tone so much and pull it off, but they did it, and it kind of intrigues me that this has been their plan so far, which is let's play with these characters we've established, and then let's just change everything around and still make it fun. So who knows what that
Plus,
means?
we got
for the
disappointed
other-
Hulk. But giant monster.
Yeah, but you also got to look at Hulk's ass, and I'm not sure anybody wanted that.
I think there are plenty of people. That
One of
that.
us did, and it
May
was
not
Bachman.
be here, but I'm sure people did. With as much as made about Nightwing's butt online, I'm sure there were plenty of females that were happy to see a little Hulk butt.
Well, I mean, you know who wanted to see it, don't you? Brody from Mallrats.
Oh,
He wanted to see it. He's always curious about superhero
true.
genitalia.
He does have a thing about
Why
superhero
can't he turn around? I
genitalia.
want to see if his dick grows large and green too. I mean, look what happened to Dr. Manhattan.
yeah, that was a lot of blue dick.
That was far too much.
It was like in one or two scenes and it's gone. You don't have to see it ever again. Was it really that bad?
No, I like that movie.
Oh, I didn't. But that's neither here nor there.
I liked it.
It's Zack Snyder.
Do-
I already knew I wouldn't like it.
Do we want to talk about other trailers, Chris?
Let's talk about some other trailers. What do you got for us?
Well, we got a small independent movies putting out their next feature. We're getting Solo, which is basically just what was it? Childish Landino and maybe a little Han Solo in the new Star Wars story. Because everybody flipped the fuck out because Lando looks fucking awesome.
Dude, he looks like a straight up
And-
space pimp.
And
Get
the
some
kid
of
playing
that
Han
mouth.
Solo looks okay.
Did you guys see what happened? What someone's doing on Reddit though?
What?
They're replacing every scene that with the new guy with Harrison Ford in the trailer.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Oh yeah. Nice. I'll have to go find that. But yeah, no, I'm excited because we get young Han. We know we're gonna get the Kessel Run. We know we're gonna get Han versus Lando in a game of Sabacc where he wins the Falcon, and we get the shots of the Falcon clean off the factory floor. Where I've already seen the comparison side by side shots where it's like, oh my god, what the fuck did they do to that ship in like the 5 years between that and A New Hope? Because that ship is dirty as fuck.
I mean, does it look like Solo cleans anything?
No, it looks like him and Chewie have crazy ass wild space orgies in that thing every fucking weekend.
Look, Chewie sheds a lot. It's
Yeah,
just
he
something that
does.
just could be Wookiee fur.
I mean, it happens. Don't
All I
get
know is-
angry at him
All I
for
know is
that.
now the Falcon to me is just dirty. It's just dirty. I couldn't believe those walls were originally white. Like that was a bit crazy.
Well, they made it the biggest hunk of junk, the fastest hunk of junk in the galaxy.
That's true. And yeah, we get the Mother of Dragons is now in Star Wars, so it'll be cool to see what she does. She's fun in sci-fi movies. I liked her in the awful Terminator film. She was good in it.
Speaking of Mother of Dragons, did you not hear some Game of Thrones writers are going to be helping making something?
I saw the internet melt down about it yet again because if there's anything the internet's good about, it's melting
Yeah.
down.
Well,
They
and
melted.
complaining about white guys.
Well, you can't be bringing that up, Bachman. We don't have a Naki to say something, and new Naki just don't care.
Fair enough. Yeah, I don't know, because someone was saying that they were the guys that came on Game of Thrones like season 5. So it's not the guys like that started the show, but it's the guys that were running the show after they started changing the stuff that George Martin hadn't written yet, I guess.
I don't know.
So
I
the
don't watch
hell-
Game of Thrones.
Creative people.
Yeah, I'm caught up on Game of Thrones, and I love that show. So I'm happy to see those guys get a fucking Star Wars movie. Go for it, because they made Game of Thrones fun as fuck. So, okay, I'm not mad at them.
Well, I mean,
Why would you be mad at them?
because
Why are
some
people
people
mad?
are. They're just like, okay, let me paraphrase what the internet reaction was to it. Oh, look, more white men getting jobs writing movies in Hollywood. Okay.
Yeah, which now the default setting for all of Twitter is to be angry anytime a white guy gets a job.
I'm not saying there shouldn't be more representation there, but it's Star Wars. Kathleen Kennedy selected them. Kathleen Kennedy
Yeah.
picked them. It's not like it's the boys club hiring these folks.
Yep, it's a woman
So I
giving the
should-
job.
So I should just be out of work, give it to somebody else, and just be, homeless. Is that
Well,
is that what
I don't
should
think that's
be?
the path we're going down on that one, but I think it was a typical internet overreaction. And let's be honest, just because these guys are selected now, it doesn't mean they're going to do the movie. Just ask Lord Miller,
True.
just ask Colin
Yeah.
Trevorrow, things like that. These Star Wars deals are not set in stone. Stuff's happening all the time that causes them not to happen. So just because
Yep.
they're signed on now doesn't mean they'll end up doing it. So this
Yep.
is
Kathleen Kennedy has no problem firing a motherfucker.
yeah, I mean, and they talked about that in some interviews, and even now it seems like just ask Josh Trank also. Yeah,
What was he attached to?
he was attached to one of the Star Wars. I think he had Last Jedi originally,
Yeah,
Oh,
he was supposed to do Last Jedi after Fantastic Four
and then Fantastic
I don't
know.
Four bombed.
before they threw him under the bus. After before Fantastic Four came out.
I mean, I do like Chronicle, but I don't see that expanding into a Star Wars gig.
If you look at someone who directed Chronicle, they could direct a Star Wars movie. It's just he wasn't exactly getting along with studios at the end of Fantastic Four, so
Well,
That
I think
makes
it was
it
the
kinda hard.
studios are just being dicks.
yeah. But it's still the studio doesn't throw themselves under the bus; they throw an individual under the bus.
I believe he wanted that thing scene where
Well-
he was just wrecking shop in some kind of military place.
Sailor Poland's right. It's not as much that Fantastic Four bombed; it's more how he feuded with the studio over it. Because remember, he started coming out and doing press saying, "This wasn't my vision. If we'd done my vision of the movie,
Yeah.
it'd be a lot more successful." And you can't do that against Lucasfilm because they're gonna be like, "Huh, no, this is the house of
Well, no,
mouse
you
that owns us
can.
now."
But you won't work anymore.
Well, let's be honest. What has Josh Trank done since Fantastic Four? Does anyone know?
Exactly.
I mean, he could, but then he'll go knock on the door like, haha, I heard we had a little bitch over here who needs his legs broken.
Old Mickey fucking people up. But yeah, I'm excited. Solo looks fucking fun as shit. And yeah, just for all the fan art of Lando Calrissian already, like, it's fucking fantastic. Everybody fucking loves the Childish Gambino. And fucking
Eh.
Glover is just hilarious. I can't wait to see him as Lando.
I'd rather have a Lando spin-off movie, in all honesty, because for me, Solo is a movie that you never needed to make. So I kind of scratch my head and go, why is this what we're getting? I don't care
Well, at least
about
it's-
Han Solo's origin. He's just a scruffy-looking nerf herder of a smuggler who doesn't believe
Yeah.
in the Force and things like that.
Well, at
It's
the very
gonna-
least, it's going to be a one and done movie. It's a solo film.
Hey-oh. I just...
You should shoot yourself, Willie. Shoot yourself.
I can't remember what chat thread I said this in when it came out. I said, I saw the trailer and I go, I kind of want to see it, but at the same time, this is a movie that I kind of scratch my head and go, why is this what we made? Why are we doing this? Why are you going to take Harrison
Nostalgia.
Ford, who is iconic in the role, and trying to replace him with someone else? I mean, easier said than done, right?
Well, because they have to eventually replace Harrison Ford in the 19 franchises he's in, so he'll quit making sequels, which is his goal to keep doing until he dies, which is just keep making sequels. When's Indiana Jones 9 coming out? Isn't that one next?
There was a rumor that was in pre-production, but I'm not sure what's happening with it. And also, Dressman's right. Han Solo had his own book trilogy in the Star Wars Expanded Universe. That origin book trilogy was really good. So maybe that's part of the reason why I'm like, why are you guys bothering with this movie? Just make those books canon.
Was that the story where he had a wife and he just leaves her and says, "Oh,
No.
Princess Leia there"?
No.
Didn't there's some kind of story where he has a wife?
In the
Yeah, that was in the
comics.
new Marvel comics. Yeah,
Okay.
a chick
I know
showed
it's
up
from
in the new
something.
comics that was Han Solo's wife. But I mean, yeah, and that expanded universe stuff they could pull from it. So who knows? Maybe fucking God damn it, who's the director that took over? My
That
brain
dude.
is not working.
Does
Fucking
it ever?
Opie. Maybe Opie, pulled a little from there. So we might get part of that in the Han Solo story. It's just this one's just going to be trading on pure nostalgia.
Ron Howard?
Yeah, that's what I said. Opie.
Ron Howard?
Exactly. That's what I said. But yeah, this one's just going to be
Ron
trading
Howard.
on. It'll just be a nostalgia movie. That's what's going to get people in the theaters for this one. To see all the stuff that was mentioned in the first Star Wars film. And yeah, it won't move the story forward at all, but they'll get, they'll get to see the fucking Kessel Run. And people will pay money to see the Kessel Run.
And all those parsecs?
All them parsecs. And on the opposite end of a movie where we don't know exactly what we're going to get, we got Ryan Reynolds also dropped a little PCP on his Twitter account, the premium cable package and give us the Deadpool 2 trailer, which I laughed my ass off when I was watching it the first time through, and you stop and you see that his arm is still wrapped in green screen spandex. You're like, what the fuck is going? And then Deadpool stopped. Like, what the fuck? Where's the arm? Like, that shit was hilarious.
Had a little case of X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, Sony, that's how you do a teaser trailer when you don't have all the special effects done for your fucking movie yet. Because Deadpool playing with toys where he teabags Cable was hilarious. But it perfectly fits in, the Deadpool universe.
It's trying a little too hard.
It's not like we're removing a fucking mustache. That was the best line.
Yeah, that line was great. That and the whole fact that apparently like he has an entire version of the X-Force team with him at one point jumping out of a helicopter. Somebody paused it and circled the faces to show who some of them were, and some of them are guesswork, but one of them looks like they actually might have done fucking Shatterstar, which if they have Shatterstar in that movie, I think Rob Liefeld's head might explode. Like he's already loving life with Cable and Deadpool, but if we actually get Shatterstar, that's insane.
Okay, I'm gonna say I got a little confused in the chat over here for a second. Something out there talking about Obi-Wan Kenobi movie, and they said McGregor said he would do it. I was like, wait, the MMA guy?
Yes, Conor McGregor is going to be Obi-Wan Kenobi.
So I got a little confused there for a second.
If you strike me down, I'll become more powerful than you could ever imagine.
I'd watch it. Wouldn't you?
It wouldn't be the worst idea ever. It would at least be entertaining. That motherfucker, whether I like him or not, he is entertaining. I'll give him that. No, Ewan McGregor. Ewan has talked about doing the Obi-Wan. Because, they greenlit an Obi-Wan movie, and he said he'd come back and do a whole fucking trilogy if they wanted, but there hasn't been any casting rumors yet.
Well, there's some photos taken of Ewan McGregor recently, like training, and he looks straight up like Obi-Wan Kenobi again. Like Obi-Wan from Episode 3 style Obi-Wan. Same beard, same hair almost. So everyone's going, whoa.
Yeah, because honestly, at this point where he's actually aged up to the character, if they were to cast somebody else, there would be such a negative fan backlash. That would be how you would ruin a Star Wars film.
Is he still looking down upon everybody?
McGregor never really
Because he has
did.
the high ground?
Oh.
Because he has the high ground?
I see what you did there.
Of course. He always gets to look down on everybody. He always has the high ground.
Wait, hold on a second. What's this?
You fuck with Ewan, you lose some legs.
Hold on a second. Someone said something in the chat. I gotta see this.
No, you do not want to look at the Liefeld cap.
Is it Liefeld?
Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, those are some tickle bitties.
Yeah. I figured it out because I'll be honest. I used to hate Rob Liefeld. Like, actual hate. And I realized I do not hate Rob Liefeld. I love Rob Liefeld because Rob Liefeld loves comics and is a super great guy. I do not like his art style. No. But it's a different thing. I don't hate Rob Liefeld. I used to think that I hated Rob Liefeld. I started following him on Twitter. I don't hate Rob Liefeld. I do not really enjoy his art. But
I mean, you can just write it off saying
comics.
Reality Stone just changing everyone's anatomy.
Yeah. And the
your chest can
Reality
be tilted
Stone,
and your head can be looking straight ahead.
yeah, the Reality Stone runs through some Rob Liefeld books, and it was really powerful in the 90s. But yeah, I'm excited. Deadpool 2 looks like it's going to be fun as hell. And yeah, we got Domino, we got possibly Shatterstar, we got the return of Teenage Negasonic Warhead. Again,
I'm sorry, what did you just say?
Teenage Negasonic Warhead.
Yeah, make sure you emphasize nega.
I did.
I heard something way different and bad.
I did it backwards. It's Negasonic Teenage Warhead. Right?
You fixed it, thank you.
But yeah, that movie will be fun as hell. And yeah, the ad campaign, I already love that they did the splash shot where it's him being rained on by bullets instead of a bucket of water. Like I'm just looking
splash shot.
Yep. I'm looking forward to another promotion campaign. Because the last promotion campaign, like where they literally had people went and saw Deadpool because they thought it was a rom-com because of some of the posters they put up. Like I'm just excited
thinking that.
I'll bet you a couple people did. I saw the billboards in fucking LA.
Maybe I will give you.
I don't care if it was even
maybe 115 people.
I don't care if 5 people went and saw it and thought it was a rom-com because of those posters. That makes it worth it because that's fucking funny.
Well, you said
So I'm
most.
excited to see what they're going to do with the new one because they had a hell of a lot of fun with the last one. And yeah, more Deadpool's a good thing. Like, I'm super excited. We're getting so many good fucking movies this year.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
we
awesome.
I hope
really
it's better.
are. I wanted to bring up the list just this year of the comic book movies we're getting. I don't know. We got Black Panther this upcoming weekend, which by all reports is fantastic. The early buzz is phenomenal. At one point, it was sitting at 100% on Rotten Tomatoes before those trolls decided to try and review a bomb and I wager.
Let's hope this movie's better.
And the first negative review I read was actually an actual critic, and he gave it a 3 out of 5, but that still showed up as rotten.
Yeah, he gave it a 3 out of 5 and said he doesn't fight enough. That was his criticism. I was like, are you shitting me?
Yeah, which it looks like from the trailer, we got at least 3 separate fight sequences, minimum. Like, I don't know how the fuck he could fight more.
I mean, that is my problem for a Michael Bay movie. There wasn't enough fighting. That was the second Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There was not enough action.
I thought it had too much arrow in it.
So
Not enough Casey Jones though at all.
coming up in May, we have Avengers: Infinity War, which has everybody in it, and we all know that we'll all go and see that. Also in May, Star Wars: A Solo Story. While it's not a comic book movie, well worth bringing up in here. Fast forward, also in May, Deadpool 2. So as you can see, everything's stacking quite nicely. Go to July, Ant-Man and the Wasp. Go to October.
Which I'm still hoping we get the retelling of Avengers: Infinity War by Michael Pena, saying, so what
not
had
gonna
happened
happen.
was they can do it. They can do it. It'll be awesome.
But they're not going to.
They're not going to.
They need to. They need to.
Yeah, but they probably won't.
Step forward to October, we get the Venom movie, which we already talked about a little bit. Also, then in December, Aquaman, assuming everything's on track with that. And there is a rumor Momoa will have the traditional Aquaman costume. So who knows? I don't know. And then also in November is supposed to be X-Men Dark Phoenix, which does anybody really care at this point?
Nope.
A little bit.
Wow, it's a Jean Grey movie where she's gonna die again. Whoop-de-fucking-do.
I mean, I'm more interested in, in all the other stuff. Other people.
Plus, yeah, Sansa Stark as Jean wasn't exactly exciting in the last movie.
I just want more Quicksilver by Evan.
That's the thing.
Peters.
That's the only thing. Evan Peters. That's the only thing anybody wants is
That's what
more
I
of
said.
Evan Peters Quicksilver. And since he's not going to be the focus of the film, like, I'm already not happy.
And then
He's
in
not?
No. He's
Well,
a bit-
since it's called
Time out,
the Phoenix
time out.
Story,
Time out. Hold on a second. I'm waking up now. He's not in this fucking movie?
I didn't say that. I said he's not going to be the focus of the film.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Let me go back to
No.
sleep.
Because, yeah, it's going to be the Dark Phoenix saga, so... Or allegedly a version of somewhat cut down pieces of the Dark Phoenix saga.
No return of the Pizza Dog?
What?
Pizza Dog is Hawkeye.
Pizza Dog. No, the
Nobody-
Pizza Dog, where he's running really fast and he picks up a dog and he's eating pizza.
Oh.
Oh,
I
that's
didn't
true,
remember.
yeah. There was, yeah, he picked
Jesus
up
Christ.
a French bulldog and leaves him with pizza outside.
Don't you call that dog by a terrible name of French?
So
I'm kidding.
I think Sailor Poland kind of hit on the point where everyone's kind of like meh on it because really everyone's just waiting to see what happens when Marvel takes over.
Yeah, it's kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop at this point. Because the one character we know is fucking Hugh Jackman said he's finally done. So unless they get him into Avengers film, which is now possible, Wolverine is finished. Which means if you're going to start recasting Wolverine, they've already recast the X-Men once. Odds are, since everybody but Evan Peters is kind of forgettable, they would have no problem replacing everybody else in the cast with new X-Men and bring them into the Marvel Universe.
I'm really okay with them changing up Wolverine. Get someone who's actually kind of, short.
What's funny is everybody showing up for that casting audition is going to be 6'4", because they're going to think, well, Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, and he was tall, so I need to be tall.
Wait, I can do it.
No,
I'm
you're
6'4".
You
You're
got to
missing a
pull
little
your
bit
beard up like Wolverine's hair.
yeah, you're missing a little bit of hair there if you want to play Wolverine.
I'm sorry, they can do wigs.
We don't want a wig. We want someone that can actually grow some Wolverine hair.
Yeah, but I can promise you I'm probably a better actor than whoever they get.
Well, that's the question: is who would you put in as Wolverine right now if you had to fan cast it? I honestly have no idea. Besides Willie.
Me.
Besides Willie,
Thank
of course.
Tom Hardy. The problem is he's stuck in a goddamn Venom film.
Schnick, bitches.
Especially after I just finished watching all of Taboo. The first season of that's on Hulu. And yeah, he does creepy really well. Like I would love to see Tom Hardy as the silent I never talk Wolverine.
Oh,
Like, he would be really
about
good.
Me.
No.
Well, who could be creepy? Who could do creepy well? I thought you were talking about me.
That's true. You do creepy well. Tom
Thank
Hardy
you.
also does creepy well.
I mean, are you issuing a challenge between me and Tom Hardy to have a creep off?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm okay with this. Tom Hardy, the gauntlet is dropped.
I'm sure
can be
he's going to
creepy.
hear all about it.
We can only-
Goddamn right he is. Watch me get a little Twitter notification I will not ever see probably because I'm never on Twitter. I'll be like, all right, let's do this. Like, all right. Tom Hardy, don't be a little bitch.
He's going to come and just smack your face in.
I mean, like, it's going to cave in.
It's going to cave in
Probably.
and hits you so hard.
That's not realistic at all. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, have you seen the movie Warrior?
Did you see the Dark Knight Rises?
No. See, that's
Did
the
you
thing.
see these movies that are all fake and it didn't really goddamn happen?
He was
Chris,
that
have you-
freaking big.
Have you seen Warrior?
No.
I'm
No,
not scared
actually.
of him as Bane. I'm scared of him as Tommy in the movie Warrior. He's scarier in an MMA movie than he was in fucking Batman.
Wait, he was Tommy in Rocky 5?
No, he was Tommy in the movie Warrior. And he was
Is
scary
that a
as
sequel to Rocky 5?
Tommy
No.
the Machine Gun.
No, he was not Tommy the Machine Gun. He
God,
was not Tommy Morrison.
That movie's so bad. Rocky 5.
So bad they had to retitle the next one to not have a numeral in it.
In the
It's just-
ring, only in the ring. My ring's outside.
Yeah.
I could see them start to fight. You're the best. No, it's, I was about to do Karate Kid.
Yeah, you were. You're the best around, huh?
Yeah, it was fit, wasn't it?
Well, it could fit on a Rocky soundtrack, that's for sure.
I mean, you get the since I can't sing it.
Yeah, you're not allowed to
I
sing.
guess
it's
that
true.
works.
Was that okay enough to do?
Sure, why not?
It wasn't quite humming. It wasn't quite singing. It was mumblecore. Let's go with mumblecore.
Mumblecore. It's Willie's mumble rap.
The mumble
know.
jumble.
Willie don't rap.
Willie, I want to see you rap. You need to write us a freestyle rap and perform it at some point in time.
You know what? I was thinking of doing that. To be honest with you, I'll try and come up with something.
You and Naki can have a rap battle on an upcoming episode of the show.
I'm gonna need somebody to do the beat because I have no idea how the fuck that works.
We'll find you.
Chris,
a beat.
you're on buttons.
We'll
Yep.
find you a beat. It's no problem. And then it will be freestyle rap battle between Naki and Naki because we have the new Naki and the old Naki.
Oh my god. Okay, that's got to be episode 300. Come on. That's our special event.
What number are we on now? How much time do I got?
This is 298.
Oh god damn it!
2 episodes to prep. 2 weeks to get
So,
ready.
so what I'm hearing here is for episode
One episode to
300,
get ready.
I'm going to push the play button, and then Anthony and I are just going to lean back and observe the rap battle. I like this plan.
All right.
I like this plan a lot. But let's wrap up the news of the week real quick. I got a short story
Actually,
here.
hold on a second.
Uh-oh.
Hold on a second. You
Okay.
know what I'm gonna do though? I'm gonna get some insider trading knowledge on this. I'm gonna enlist the help of old Waggle Crotch to help me out with some of these.
Oh.
Thank you, Waggle Crotch. I know you got my back. Come on, buddy.
Oh shit.
Back. I
don't
had
even
your
think
back.
He's in the chat room right now.
Oh, but he's gonna listen. Some point, sometime, someday.
Yeah. All right, so let's wrap up the news. We're going to go back and talk about Solo, a Star Wars story again real quick. We talked about the trailer. Well, there was a story that hit Entertainment Weekly this week where we found out that Alden Ehrenreich got a little bit of advice on how to play Han Solo from none other than the original Han Solo himself, Harrison Ford. Kathleen Kennedy and a bunch of folks were doing an interview with Entertainment Weekly. Now, he didn't give up much. According to Harrison Ford, he said, quote, "Tell them I told you everything you need to know and you can't tell anyone," was the advice he was told that he gave to Alden
Nice.
Ehrenreich to not tell people what all went on that. He said, Alden Ehrenreich was asked again what was said, and he said, "Well, I got to stick to my orders from the man himself," and he revealed nothing. But Harrison Ford was actually giving some information to Alden Ehrenreich, and he was on set for part of Solo, a Star Wars story, where he talked to Ron Howard and actually suggested a couple of the funny moments that made it in the film were suggested by Harrison Ford, because he was like, that's kind of what Han Solo would do. Pretty cool stuff. According to Kathleen Kennedy, Harrison Ford's meeting with Alden Ehrenreich was, quote, perfect classic Harrison. In his own words, he came out saying, good kid, really good kid about Alden Ehrenreich. So
Yeah, but he said it. Good kid right here.
Yeah.
Good kid.
I wanted to bring that up
Oh, we got
because
another earring.
there's been a lot of rumors about Alden Ehrenreich that have been floating around there with how troubled this movie is. One of the rumors was they supposedly had to hire him an acting coach because he wasn't pulling off Han Solo very well. And if we watched the first trailer, I'm not sure the trailer did much to disabuse us of that notion. He had a few quips here and there to smirk, but it wasn't very Han-centric. So there's some concern there, but it seems like the Harrison Ford's giving the thumbs up to his own replacement. What, Willie?
Disabuse us?
Yes, disabuse us of that notion.
Yeah.
I don't
He
know
used that word
how-
correctly.
Yes,
I didn't know that was a word.
it is a word.
I know it's funny because I've seen negative reviews and people talking shit because they got the kid an acting coach. If you're not happy with an actor, you get them an acting coach. I don't see the problem. If you don't want to recast the role, if you're happy with the person you have, but you're not getting the performance you want out of them, what the hell is wrong with getting an acting coach?
They were too far down the pipe to replace him, to be honest, at that point in time. That's how it was interpreted by many. Is they had 3 weeks worth of reshoots to try and salvage the film, is what a lot of people thought.
Well, they also pulled out the 2 directors, so maybe everything he'd been told about building the character leading up to that point was wrong.
It's possible. I just wanted to bring that up because that's some of the points that had been floated around on the internet.
Disabuse us?
Oh my God, Willie's stuck in a word.
It was fun here. Typical Harrison Ford reaction. They asked him how he felt about someone else picking up the blaster, and they said he smiled and said, "I never thought about it." And with Harrison Ford, that's probably true, because for a while there, it seemed like he just straight up didn't care on Han Solo.
What's funny now is they're on their 5th Jack Ryan since Harrison Ford, and nobody ever mentions that because Krasinski's doing it now as a TV show.
Yeah, Jim from The Office is doing the Amazon version. You had Ben Affleck do it. You had Captain Kirk
Some
Chris
of all
do it.
fears.
And then you
Yeah,
also
Chris
had
Pine did one.
Alec Baldwin did him at one point in time too.
Hunt for Red October.
Alec
He was Jack
Baldwin had
Ryan.
sex with him?
Yes,
That's exactly what it was.
more than likely.
Alec Baldwin and Harrison Ford and Chris Pine and Ben Affleck and whatever Jim is from The Office's name is?
John Krasinski.
Yeah, that guy. Damn, that was quite the orgy, I bet. Is there videotape of this?
If there is, I'll bet it's real pricey.
It might be worth it. Sorry, I don't have my A game on today.
One last thing on the Solo movie. We do know that Lawrence Kasdan and his son were writing it. It was going to be the last thing they did there. Bear in mind, Larry Kasdan also wrote a good chunk of Force Awakens. So there was a connection they made here, and I'm going to read part of the article. They said, "We'll see Han as a hardscrabble kid trying to make a name for himself in the underworld. Crime seems like a good living, especially after washing out of the Imperial Flight Academy. Solo's goal is to achieve a bit of independence. He doesn't want to rely on anybody or anyone. All of this stands as foreshadowing for The Force Awakens and Solo's curmudgeonly offer to make Rey first mate on his ship." So they're trying to give him similar feelings of what he had in this movie of being a loner and trying to strike out on his own, and kind of relay that to Force Awakens. So if that's something they planned on doing all the way back in Force Awakens, that could be a cool point.
And then he meets everybody's favorite carpet.
Chewbacca.
Me? Oh.
Only Chewbacca is
That's
not
everyone's
played.
favorite.
Yeah, Chewie's not Peter
Me?
Mayhew this time around, which is kind of a bummer, but that's okay.
Well, no, it's that new kid, right?
Yeah,
Because I'm assuming, because didn't Mayhew basically hand off Chewie to him?
he did after Force Awakens, because if you guys weren't aware, Peter Mayhew's had both of his knees replaced, I think,
And I think both hips, too.
and both hips. I mean, he's a big dude.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
Well,
you don't.
And he's also really old for being that tall. Like, people with that type of height, like, that tears your body up.
and he's
when you're
still
over
all
7
over
feet
especially.
he's still all over the convention circuit too. That's what's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, let that new kid run around with 80 pounds of carpet on him for a couple of years. Let Mayhew enjoy his old age.
I think he enjoyed, from the interviews I read, enjoyed the process of handing it off to the new kid and basically like, here's some of the stuff I've learned as being Chewbacca. I was cool with it. But honestly, I'm still of mind the next solo or the next anthology film we get. I want it to be either Obi-Wan Kenobi or Luke Skywalker post Return of the Jedi played by Sebastian Stan. I want one of those two things.
Oh, those pictures are so hilarious. He so fucking looks like him. And it's funny to see them on Twitter where literally I've seen Mark Hamill like reply to Sebastian Stan and tell him that he is his father. Because like, yeah, he looks exactly like Mark Hamill did in the 70s. Like, it's creepy.
I want to see it. I want a solo movie or an anthology flick that's all about Luke after Return of the Jedi beginning to put together the Jedi Order in his attempt to save the galaxy. I want it. Disney.
Well,
make
And I
it
hope
happen.
it
loves it when
explains
Winter
where.
Soldier.
And I kind of hope it explains where the fuck Snoke came from.
Yeah, I don't think we're ever going to get that.
Nope. Never gonna happen. Nobody
Bullshit.
cares.
I do. I know, and no one cares about me.
Does
I
anyone
know.
else besides Willie care about Snoke's origin?
Nope.
Well, that was pretty blunt.
Yeah.
I've been
known to be blunt.
You would say it's as blunt as some of the other shows on the Gonna Geek Network.
Like I said, nobody cares.
I see what you did there, Willie. I see what you did
He
there.
tried.
So as Willie
I
set
fell
up,
over it.
a friendly reminder that the All Things Good and Nerdy podcast is in fact part of a network of shows that you can find over at GonnaGeek.com. We've got 25 plus different geeky and nerdy shows that comprise the network. They cover a variety of topics, some about just general geek culture, some that are narrowly focused on certain television shows or video games and things like that. But each week, we try to give you just a little taste of some of the other stuff that's on the network. So, Willie, what show are we talking about this week?
Before I do this, Chris, you can talk. This is free talk for this. Is this right?
I just pasted it in there this morning.
Fair enough. All right, I'll just roll with it. All right, now shut up, Chris. It's my turn. Shut up. This week I am talking about In Defense of, episode 44, When Harold Met Spolin. Yes, and joined by players past and present, we look at the unpredictable yet strangely organized world of improv comedy. Back to you, Chris.
Why, thank you, Willie. So feel free to go check that out and all of the other great shows over at GonnaGeek.com. But guys,
You see what I was talking about, right?
That's how you read a copy and paste.
That's the first sentence is yes, comma, and exclamation mark.
yeah, I see.
Yep.
I was like, okay. That is not my Morgan Freeman impersonation.
Oh, you've just tempted him. He's probably going to do a Morgan Freeman impression now, and we should all be
damn it.
afraid.
Maybe for 300 if you're lucky. Maybe I'll do the whole show as Morgan Freeman.
Oh boy. So guys, we are wrapping up the show. Longtime viewers of the show are probably familiar that we do a little bit called What I'm Into to wrap things up. That's our chance to share with you guys who are watching live or listening at a later date just what kind of geeky and nerdy things we've been getting into so that maybe, just maybe, you might want to go check them out yourselves. So, Mr. Morgan Willie Freeman, what have you been getting into, sir?
I'm going to have to smoke like 3 packs of cigarettes before I do it to get that raspiness that he has.
I've got faith.
I'm really. There's only really one thing I do want to mention that I did this week, and that is I finally saw it, Bachman. Brawl in Cell Block 99.
That's fucked up, right?
That is just as fucked up as Bone Tomahawk, if not more.
It's Bone Tomahawk in jail. Like, it's that fucked up. Like, it is creepy.
Holy shit! I did not see that twist happening until I was like, "Wait a second! Oh, that's fucked up, man."
Yeah, it's not the movie you think it is when you start watching it.
I think that thought was going through my head that you said that, but it's kind of. I mean, that twist isn't like it doesn't make the movie change. It's still the movie I thought of. Like I was going through, I was like, "Well, when's this movie going to change?" Like he said, and it really worked out that way.
That
yeah,
movie's a motherfucker. And Don Johnson's awesome in it, isn't he? He's fucking great.
Holy fuck, that was Don Johnson.
Yeah, you didn't realize he's the warden? Yeah, fucking Don Johnson. He was fantastic.
I mean, he's only in it for a little bit. I thought they were
Yeah, he's
going
in,
to
like-
go somewhere
he's
with
in,
the
like, three
boxing thing. It's like they're building something up right here. Oh wait, nope, never mind.
Yeah. The whole movie is a misdirect, and wow, it is creepy as fuck.
Like I was like, the movie's called Brawl in Cell Block 99. When are they going to get to prison? He's still out and about. This is like halfway through the movie.
Yeah, it takes way longer for him to get to jail than you think, and then the jail time happens real fast. It's like, what the fuck? Oh shit, okay.
And they could have started it off a little bit differently. You didn't need that whole like 18 months before, because they skip ahead like an 18 months later. You don't really need that beginning part, I guess. Really, the show other than show that he can beat up a car.
Well, it shows you the type of character he is.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus, I mean that is one of the best relationships I ever saw. Though the communication in that relationship, holy shit.
Yeah.
He's violent. Never turned her. It's like, have a seat. We're gonna talk this out. Like, they
Hold
talked
on,
it
I'm gonna
out.
rip your car apart with my bare hands, and then we're gonna have a discussion.
Yeah, it was pretty much like a bonus stage in Street Fighter 2.
Pretty much, he fucked that car up.
And he got those bonus points.
Oh yeah, that car lost. It motherfucking lost.
Oh god. I was like, oh man, you're gonna break your arm or something. I was like, nope, he's not. And that tattoo on the back of his head, the cross, I like that little touch.
Yeah, it's a hell of a character. Vince Vaughn, sometimes he goes way out there, and like that one was a 3-pointer. Like that one was a hell of a job. Like
And
holy
that just
shit.
came out though, didn't it? Like within a year, right?
Yeah, it's fairly new. I think it was independent. It might have sat on the shelf for a while before it got distribution. Like I don't know how long ago they filmed it, but yeah, it hasn't been out and about that long.
Yeah, it's definitely worth the watch. The copy I bought has a reversible like insert, and I like the reversed one a whole lot better. Makes it look like a 70s grindhouse type movie.
Nice.
It's all the way over there. I would grab it, but it's all the way over there.
It's across the room.
No, it's across the table, and I would have to get up and. Do you guys really want to gamble whether or not I'm wearing pants?
No. No. No.
Never want
No.
to take that gamble. Ever.
No.
You don't want to make
ever.
a bet this time?
No.
Nope.
Technically, if we're doing by like the weeks and everything, this is the anniversary of that shaved.
I don't want to
Not
have to
the
turn
day.
I don't want to have to turn your
But the
camera
anno-
off again.
Yeah,
The
bet.
anniversary of when you fulfilled your bet.
Yeah, I did it, didn't I?
Yeah.
I'm a man of my word.
I never gave a shit about not fulfilling the bet. I just gave you shit
Oh.
about being dumb enough to make the bet in the first place.
It's still up on the bookshelf.
That's so creepy.
That's fair.
Someone's gonna sneak into your apartment, grab that shit, and sprinkle it at a crime scene.
All right. Any, mini, money, mo. Bachman, you're next because I get to say so.
Apparently, Willie's in charge. All right, cool. Let's see. I was doing well in the fantasy movie league, and then the last 2 weeks I went and dropped back down to 5th place.
You and me. Oh, I'm above you.
Yeah, you're in. Oh no, you're 6th right now for the weekend.
Oh, yeah. I was kind of. Oh, this season's over for me.
Yeah, I was sneaking back. I was back into 3rd. I had gotten back up into 3rd place. I had a couple good weeks, and then I just fucking lost it all. Freaking, I could not. That Den of Thieves weekend where Lobster picked like 8 screens of Den of Thieves and just killed everybody by like $60 million. I haven't been able to catch up since then.
Not as monumental as that Wonder Week.
Yeah, his Wonder Week destroyed us all. And then had the fun of winning the first month of the new division of Danger Room over the Fantasy Comic League. So no matter what, from this point forward, at least I can say in the first month, as the leader of my own division, I won the first month. So I'll probably suck for the rest of the time, but at least I won the first outing. And I actually did the write-up. Yeah. I did the write-up and posted that. We do little reports every month from the teams. There's now 7 divisions in the league. That's been fun. I'm looking forward to seeing the points that happened this month because there's been some weird stuff, some crazy changes. And in one of the new Avengers comics, either this week or last week, a main character that was drafted by a lot of people supposedly died, but is actually shown to be in stasis, possibly for the rest of this crossover called No Surrender, which could really screw over some people that drafted that character. Because if that person's gone and in stasis, they're not going to score any points. Drafted that character, and they're not going to do basically anything for I think there's another like 8 issues of No Surrender to come. So yeah, this could be a real bad month for a couple of people. But yeah, I've been really enjoying it. And then yeah, Amazon showed up and finally brought me my pickle with a freaking laser. So I got my 2 Pickle Ricks. For some odd reason, I pre-ordered these in September, and I got the one on release day, and then I got an email from Amazon saying, hey, we need to send this to you like 2 weeks from now, because for some odd reason, even though you pre-ordered it 5 months ago, we don't have one ready to ship to you, because, well, Amazon just fucked shit up. But at least this one was, the box was all put together nicely, and it wasn't beat to shit when it got here, so that was nice. And then I had a couple of Kickstarters arrive. Shit when it got here. So for anybody that read Wizard Magazine back in the day, there was a guy that did drawing with Brute and Babe named Bart Sears. He did a lot of work for Wizard covers, a lot of Marvel covers. I don't know. I think the only Marvel book he actually drew was a Blade series for a while, but he did a lot of work for Valiant on Exo Manowar. He re-released. He put all of his drawing Brutes and Babes together in a book called Drawing Powerful Heroes with Brute and Babe by Bart Sears. Got that finally showed up on Kickstarter. Just a gorgeous looking book. It's all his drawing tips from when he did all the ones for Wizard, and then he added a bunch of stuff into it. Like, it's a nice big thick book. And then I got, along with that hardcover, he released his first art book in a very long time. So the Black Book by Ominous Press, The Art of Bart Sears. So I got that along with it. That's just gorgeous. And then I got this really cool one. I got a comic called Pixie Dust by Russell Nolte. This is a fantastically crazy fantasy story about a pixie who runs around kicking ass and then dies and comes back. So it's a book about an undead fairy. Like, it's utterly crazy, gorgeous artwork. I read the PDF when it came out a little bit ago, but now the books arrived, and luscious colors, just really cool story, and it's really funny. I'm looking forward to reading it again. But yeah, this was a fun one. Russell Nolte, he's done a couple of really good books. Katina Hates the Dead. He did a book about Ichabod Crane. Yeah, same guy.
I got that one too. Yeah, I did the Kickstarter for that one and got the Ichabod Crane one with it.
Yeah, this is his new one. It's called Pixie Dust. It's called Pixie Dust, and it's hilarious. It's a great one. Yeah. So
now, when you say undead, are we talking about zombie or Dracula's?
More like zombie, but not stupid. Like, she dies and gets resurrected, so her body's still dead, but she is like herself.
Now, does she want to eat the flesh of other pixies or of human flesh?
She doesn't want to eat anybody's flesh. She's just dead.
Okay, just making sure. Kind of like the movie My Boyfriend's Back, which was an excellent.
There you go. Yeah. So a reanimated corpse, not necessarily like a eating brain zombie. But yeah, it's an undead fairy. It's a goddamn hilarious comic. Yeah, I really like that one. But yeah, those showed up. I think that's pretty much it. I'm still working on the last 4 Kickstarter covers. I got Darth Maul and Darth Talon have all got 4 or 5 layers of Copics. Those are about to be finished. I've sketched and inked an Ewok cover, and I've started sketching the Darth Malgus cover, which would be the last cover of someone that replied to the survey. So I'm on the last 4. I'm almost done. It's almost done. And Chris, how did you do in the Fantasy Comic League?
I took 3rd place last month, so I got to keep 2 draft picks. So I kept Spider-Man and I kept Jane Foster Thor. Then I picked up Falcon again this time around, and holy crap, who was my 4th player? I'm forgetting all of a sudden. That's bad. I don't remember who my 4th player is. I had a complete Space Cadet moment.
That is very bad. How do you not know your team?
Because it's been a long week, man. I had a lot of work I had to do.
Fair enough. It happens.
It was not great.
Yeah, it was crazy because last month Swampy had what should have been like an all-star team. He had both Spider-Man, Peter Parker, and Miles Morales. He had Black Panther and Deadpool. Like, he had 4 characters that have been like last season were just gangbusters points, and he came in 4th place.
Yeah. Okay.
For our month. Like,
I double checked. Number 1 pick was Spider-Man, Peter Parker. Number 2 pick was Thor. My number 3 pick was Venom, and my number 4 pick was Falcon.
Nice. Because Falcon put up some huge points last month.
He did.
I think Robert Young on my team had him, and he did like 24.
Yeah, I don't know if that'll happen again this month. And he was on the board, and I went, he did right by me last month, so I'm just going to pick him up again.
Nice. Yeah, because now it's a question of how Venom's going to do. Because, that last crossover, I had drafted Venom, and he did great on appearances, but he spent the whole storyline having the symbiote removed from him so he could never use his powers. It was Eddie Brock running around trying to catch his symbiote for the whole goddamn crossover. It's like, well, that's really shitty for someone that's hoping that Venom's going to be in there fighting.
Yeah, I figured that was my way. They did that last time, so hopefully it doesn't do that this time.
They won't do it this time. Yeah.
That was the bank. That was what I was banking on. So
See, I was afraid of getting burned again.
I get that totally. So other stuff I've been getting into. We finished our Battlestar Galactica rewatch on Friday night. All 4 seasons are complete, so I'm not sure what we'll be queuing up next, or if I'll just burn some of the stuff off the DVR that's been filling up on that. And I have started watching, and I have no idea why I've started watching this, but my go-to show now in the kitchen when I'm cooking dinner has been The Crown on Netflix. For those that aren't aware, that's the show about Queen Elizabeth becoming Queen of England and all this.
Isn't that the one where she's like 16? It's the CW one, right?
No. It's the one that's a Netflix original that has Doctor Who in it. Matt Smith is in it. It's literally like a biopic kind of thing, which is all about...
Oh! My bad. I'm thinking of Rain.
No,
that was the
Rain,
CW
yes.
show. Okay.
So,
I was thinking, I was like, the teenage girl one? Really?
No, this is, it's biopic-esque. And I don't know why, but it's what I've been watching / listening to when I'm cooking in the evenings. I don't know why, guys. I really don't. I played some Splatoon 2 on my Switch this week because I hadn't played in a while. Ew, what's wrong with Splatoon 2?
All that tentacles going every which way.
I see where he's going there.
Uh-huh.
Fair enough. Also, I finally got it installed. I just haven't had a chance to start yet. Picked up Final Fantasy 15 for $5 out of the red box. So I need to play it. I just haven't done it yet. I will start that at some point. I'm sorry?
Me too. I haven't really played it.
Yeah, I figured for $5, that's the cheapest I was ever going to find it, and I wanted to play it at some point, so I should get it and install it. What I didn't realize is that when you put all the 4K patches on there for that, I put like another 90 gigs worth of stuff on there, it seemed like, with all the patches and things. That could be an exaggeration, but...
What was $5?
Final Fantasy 15.
15, okay. Sorry, I didn't hear the number.
Yeah. And then this was just a busy week for me with work. My schedule was so erratic, and I had like no time to get any other stuff done at work. I was running around putting out fires, so I feel like I got nothing done. And I think that carried over to when I came home because I was just burnt out and did not do much besides cook dinner, clean up, and hang out on my couch and go, bleh. That was the extent of my week.
So
sometimes that's what you need to do.
Yeah. Oh, and I did watch Arrow this morning because I have to podcast about it this afternoon, and I still have thoughts.
Don't just go around shitting all over our podcast.
Jeez, Willie. Arrow was fun.
Exactly.
But Chris
is still expecting like great storylines, and I'm just expecting CW with superhero costumes, and so I enjoy it.
I guess that could be it. So we are going to wrap things up. Friendly reminder as we wrap up, don't forget we stream.
I don't do that.
We stream live every Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, over on Geeks.live, the official streaming home of the Gonna Geek Network. When you head on over to Geeks.live, you can see there's a full calendar that shows all of the other shows that are streaming today. So if you hang around until 1 p.m. Eastern time, you will have Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. Hang around until 6 p.m. Eastern, Starling Tribune, as we recap this latest week's Arrow. And finally, at 9 p.m. Eastern, Pop X Cast. And yes, you can even hang around until tomorrow, 8:45 p.m. Eastern time, for the official GonnaGeek.com show. There's a lot of stuff going on, so just head on over to GonnaGeek.com. Check it out for yourself. You guys have any final thoughts as we wrap things up?
No, Bachman? Okay. Every time a bell rings, a stripper gets rained on.
I really just don't know how to counter that. I guess a stripper's getting rained on.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to this brand new episode of the All Things Good and Nerdy podcast. Don't forget, we'll be back next Sunday live at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central over at live.atgnpodcast.com, Channel 3 of the Awful Geek Radio app, and over to our network home at GonnaGeek.com/live. If you have any feedback for the show, please contact us ATGNpodcast at GonnaGeek.com, on our hotline number at 304-806-ATGN, or even better, go to Twitter and send us a message at ATGNpodcast. The music you've heard in this show is produced by Kevin MacLeod and can be found at Incompetech.com.